Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what today is? It's Monday Morning Chats with Sack, and Sack is me. I hope that you guys had a great holiday. I hope that you were able to try to make the best out of it despite of the pandemic. Yes, this is a new year, but we're going through the same stuff. We're still in the pandemic. Um, People are getting the vaccination. But we're still going through the same things, and things are not the same. And the question that everybody has, when will things get back to normal? So I hope that despite of everything, you still were able to enjoy yourself. And I think happiness, well, I know happiness starts within. So regardless of everything that's happening around us, try your best to laugh. I think that is the most important thing. I know for me, I got a lot of laughter by looking at some videos on Instagram, especially during the pandemic, or even just looking at some comedy shows. I love comedy. I know prior to the pandemic, I would go to the Laugh House in Philly years ago, and even in Baltimore, they had the comedy club that I would go to, or even at the harbor they have events. So I do love comedy. But now, if I'm unable to go to a physical show, be in person, then I'm able to just look at that on TV. So there's a few things I want to talk about. Hopefully this will really, really, really encourage you. This is the first Monday of 2021. Can you believe it? 2020 is over. I can honestly say that 2020 went by very fast, and I've learned so much. So it's one thing that I've learned is when you close a chapter, to really close it. Don't try to have it open just a little bit. Close it, and make sure if you do close it all the way. Don't go back. And the one thing that I can tell you is that I am big on prayer. And when I prayed about like closing the chapter, I said, God, please close this chapter. Wish this person well, whoever it may be, but I don't need them in my life no more. And just because you don't need somebody in your life no more, it doesn't mean that you don't care. Your life is better without them, and you're thankful for that. But I will tell you this, you will get tested. You will get tested when you say, hey, I want to close this chapter. God will test you, and he will see, do you really mean this? Do you really mean that this is over? So I never I never recited any of my poems on here, but I'm going to do it just one time. Just one time. And last Monday, I talked about, closing chapters. And God tested me that same night. Now, when I block somebody, like from my personal line, they can't call me, they can't text me, nor do I see the message unless they leave a voicemail. What some people have been doing, if I block them, they will find my business line and call my business line. And those type of things, I have to really be mindful. I'm like, God, I don't want to answer this call, but can you give me what I need to say if I need to respond? But I really don't. And the one thing I've learned is, hey, if they're blocked from the personal, they could be blocked from the business. And some people may say, well, money, get your money, but you have to understand, where is the source coming from? If the source is coming from someone that is using business to get to you, then you want to cut all ties. So this is the poem that I wrote. It's called The Closure. And please excuse the explicit language, but I need to say everything I need to say. The Closure. Closure. I thought that this was a thing needed to move on. Make your final peace by having one last call, one last meetup, one last text, or anything necessary to say this is the end. But honestly, none of those things are needed. Acceptance is. Accepting the fact that it would never be. Moving on and closing that chapter. To be finished, to be done, is an amazing feeling. The love that I once gave is only minuscule to what I can give now, due to that old chapter being closed in my life. I have peace knowing that I absolutely want nothing from you or anything associated with you. So here's to 0 fucks given to you in a new chapter where my heart has been freed from you for years. Damn, this feels good. So that was a poem that I wrote that same night. Instead of me trying to respond, I said, you know what? Let me get this pen and let me get this notebook and let me just write. So that's one thing. 2021, this is a new year. My pastor talked about something yesterday in the sermon. I thought it was like really, really good. But before I do that, I'm going to read you this. So I had this, I got this for my birthday last year, and it is called The Well Woman Journal, a guide to explore the 9 dimensions of wellness. I'm really big on wellness. I'm really big on mental health. I'm really big on protecting your peace at all times and doing things to make sure that you are mentally well. And mental health, it matters. It really matters. So there's something that I wanted to share. Okay. Here's one quote by Oprah Winfrey. Let me read two. If you look at what you always have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. That's by Oprah Winfrey. And the second quote is, power is not given to you. You have to take it. That's by Beyonce. I'm part of the Beehive. So I like those two quotes. And I just thought about like things going on in this world and what my pastor said yesterday in the sermon. There's a lot of things that we need in 2021. We're still going through a pandemic. Yes, we're still going through a pandemic. But what are the things that we need? We need encouragement. Like, I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how tough you are. It's nothing like someone reaching out saying, hey, are you okay? Hey, you are amazing. Hey, you got this. And I'm a big believer, if you can't show up for yourself, don't show up for somebody else. But if you had the energy today and you're able to reach out to somebody, do it. And what you can say is, hey, I'm not expecting a response back, but I just want to make sure that you're okay. And I just want you to know that you are amazing, you are great, you're phenomenal, whatever adjective that you're going to use to describe that person. But it's okay to reach out to people. It's okay to still be a human being. No, it's not being a suck ass. No, it's not being corny or, hey, you're being too nice. I just think that, some people confuse being kind to just being, oh, you're too nice. And it, in my opinion, sometimes people think that's a sign of weakness, and it's not. It's okay to reach out to people. If you feel like it's on your heart to send them a message, whether they respond or not, at least they know they have been thought of. People want to know they have been thought of. So, make sure you if you have the energy, make sure you encourage somebody. People need it. And what else did my pastor say? And support. I'm really big on support. We are better together. 2 people are better than 1. 3 people are better than 2. Like, support each other. I'm really big on, when people have burdens, people can't carry burdens by themselves. So if you had the strength, just say, hey, what can I do to help you today? How can I make your day better? Someone said that to me a long time ago, and it really caught me off guard. I was like, make my day better. Like, did they know that I was going through something? Like, how did they feel this? Like, it was weird. And I use it on other people. And they were like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm a woman of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Or instead of you asking, sometimes people don't know how to ask for help. So I'll say, hey, I'm making dinner, be ready at this time. Hey, can you pick it up or should I drop it off? Which one is it? Especially if I know someone is dealing with grief. Grief is a little different because a lot of times people don't know how to ask for help, and sometimes they don't know what they need. But let me tell you this, food brings people together. So if you want to get someone's attention, just say, hey, especially if they're grieving, like, hey, I cooked dinner. Can you pick it up at this time or can I drop it off? Just let me know what time you'll be home. I'll drop it off. I don't have to talk to you or none of that. I'll just say, hey, I'm dropping this food off for you. And that's it. And I'll keep it moving. Now, if you want to talk, I'll make myself available. But we need support. Like, we need support. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what type of car you drive. I don't care what type of house you live in. We all need support. We all need somebody. We all need somebody. There's some things that you cannot handle by yourself. And even though I do these Monday morning chats with SAC and I'm trying to encourage somebody, let me tell you, I got a group of girlfriends that encourage me all the time because I need it. I'll tell them, like, hey, girl, I'm about to go crazy. I need your help. Like, please help me with this. And they got my back. So who has your back? And these are some of the questions that my pastor said. I think this is important. Which burden that you're carrying that you need help with? And who do you need to reach out to? Just because you're going through something and you need help, you can't ask everybody for help. Everybody can't help you. And so you have to really pray and ask God, like, who can really help me with this burden that I'm dealing with? Like, whatever it is, you can't tell everybody because everybody doesn't understand. And that's okay. But yeah, ask God to bring those people in your life that can help you. I know for me, it was 2017. I already had my pulmonary embolism. That was like over a year in 2017. And I was asking God, like, God, I need to be closer to you. But I need support. I can't do this by myself. You know, it's one thing to somebody sending me a scripture every day and I'm reading, but I need a group of people that's going to hold me accountable. Like, I need that. And then in 2018, I was able to be a part of a small group from my church, which is like a Bible study. I needed those ladies. They encouraged me. They held me accountable. We not only read scripture, we talked about it. I was like, oh, damn. What book are we reading again? I'm like, okay, write notes. But they helped me accountable. And I needed that. And so whatever you are facing, there's people in your life that can help you. But you have to reach out. Or you can just ask God, like, hey, can you send me somebody? And you just never know who he may send. Support. Who needs support at this time that's in your circle? Who needs it? Are you able to give it? You know, just because you know someone that needs support, you may not be able to give support because maybe you need somebody right now too. And that's absolutely okay. But if you're unable to give support to someone that really needs it more than you, then I would say definitely pray for that person and ask God to find them somebody that can help them. Now, here's the biggest thing that I want to leave with. My pastor talked about forgiveness. The sermon yesterday was New Year, same season. So we're in 2021, but we're still going through a pandemic, right? So he talked about these different things that we need in this season. So support is one, and encouragement is the second one. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. If you have internet access, definitely go to Zion Landover. And my pastor is Keith Battle. He is amazing. I've been going to that church since November 2014. And let me tell you, he has changed my life. So if you're looking for a church home, even though we're virtual, definitely consider Zion. It's in Maryland. It's in Prince George's County. But this is something that he said, when you're during this season, you may be managing disappointment. And one of the things he talked about is steps to forgive. Acknowledge the hurt. That's one. Take it to God. That's two. Pray for that person. That is hard. Let me tell you, it's hard. And reach out to that person and be kind. Let me tell you this. That last one, that's a hard thing. And I've done that before, but some people I have not. I pray for them. I haven't reached out. But I wrote a letter to them. And I was like, we can't be friends anymore. But I wish you well. Like, I wish nothing but the best for you. And during this holiday season, I was able to forgive somebody that I thought I could never forgive. And I had to look really deep down and I was like, why can I not forgive this person? What is it that I can't forgive? And I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? The person that we both know, that person's not in my life no more. And I thought about the things, I thought about the hurt that this person caused me. And I said, you know what? I want the best for this young lady. And there's no need for me to hold a grudge. You know, forgiveness is a debt. And I want to be debt free. So I actually forgave this person. And if any of my friends ever mention this person on the phone, I'm going to just say, I wish her well. If you do talk to her, tell her I said hello. And that's hard. But I did. And I was like, God, I don't know what you're doing in my life, but keep developing me. A lot of times we want things that happen right then and there, and we want this deliverance. But I just ask God to just keep developing me and just make me a better person. Because there's always room for improvement. Always. I just hope that I keep improving. But I hope that this message blesses you. In the beginning, if you did listen, I did write my poem about closure. Closure is so important. I really believe that if you want great things in your life, whatever it is, the chapters behind you, you need to shut the door. If you have those doors somewhat open, you can block your blessings that's in front of you. And I don't want to block my blessings. I made peace with things that have hurted me in the past, people that have hurted me in the past. Like, I made peace with those things. And when people feel my energy, I'm like, you have full of good energy. It took me a long time to get here. It took me a long time to get here mentally. But those chapters are closed. Ex-boyfriends, I wish them well. Like, we can't get back together. And it doesn't mean that they are bad people. I don't want to date bad people. Well, high school I did. That's a long story. Years ago. But people that I dated and all that, I wish them well. And honestly, they're one of my biggest supporters. They send me clients. But I'm cautious of what clients I take from them. But other than that, I wish them well. Old employers that try to hurt me, I wish them well. Like, I like to be happy. I like to wake up knowing that I don't have no bitterness in my heart for anybody. I like to wake up knowing that I have peace. Like, I'm okay the way life is. And I'm okay knowing that things will get better because I know that I prayed for it. I know that I'll get it if I'm patient. And I'm patient for it. And while I'm still waiting, I'm going to still keep praying about it. This shirt, my girlfriend made this for me. And it says, I'm just a girl building her empire. And I am. And the one thing I would add, I'm just a woman that's developing. So the person I was yesterday, I'm not her. The person I was the beginning of 2020, definitely not her. Because the one thing I could tell you is when you deal with the word forgiveness, you have to learn to keep practicing it over and over and over again. And that's one thing I'm continuously doing. So I'm developing, I'm growing, and I'm trying to become a better person. I pray that this message blesses you. I pray that there's any closed chapters in your life, you keep them closed. There's no need to keep opening that door, having a revolving door. If it's not meant to be in your life, it shouldn't be in your life. I pray that you forgive old employers that hurted you, that made you feel bad. Maybe someone fired you. I pray that you forgive them. Maybe you needed to be removed from that job to get the job that you're at now. Or maybe you needed to be removed to really just sit down and not work. I pray that this year it gives you blessings and it gives you peace. It gives you everything that your heart desired. 2020 was tough. It was tough. And I pray that everything that you have learned in that year, I hope that you apply it this year. If it's peace that you need, I hope that you still keep seeking peace in 2021. I pray that whatever you ask for, you will get it. I don't know when you will get it, but I know that you will. But you have to be patient to get the things that you pray for. I pray that if you're looking for a tribe of men or a tribe of women that's going to encourage you, that's going to push you, I pray that you find those people. This is the time to lean on people. And leaning on people does not mean that you're weak. It just means that you just need a little help. That's okay. We all need help. I know I need help. And I got my help. I pray that you get the job that you still want. And even though we're going through a pandemic, like, you can still get that. That's okay. If you decide to get the vaccine, that's okay too. Don't let someone make you feel bad because you're getting it. If you want to get that, get that. I pray that you never forget how amazing you are. We're going through difficult times. You look on the news, you see people dying, But I want you to never forget that you're great. You're amazing. You're going to do great things. And I just pray for the very best for you. I hope that you have a phenomenal Monday. I hope that you have a great Tuesday. I hope that your Wednesday is spectacular. I hope that your Thursday is phenomenal. I pray that your Friday is extraordinary. And I pray that your weekend is lit. I just pray that you never forget that you're dope and you're great. And it's one thing I hope that you don't forget is that 2022 is my centennial. The ladies of Sipping Game Roast Sorority Incorporated, we're going to be 100 years old next year. So please mark your calendars because I'm going to tell you, January 1st, 2022, I will be yipping every day until my Founders Day. So please mark your calendars because 2022, it will be lit at Butler U. It will be lit. And yes, I will be there. Take care, guys. And again, happy Monday.